tracks. Listen all night in the sheets all black. Said I'm falling fast. Don't remember life before you, that's fact. I feel good, you look great. I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall. There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. And damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great. I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall. I'm falling fast, sitting here praying that this night's gonna last. You got it all on tap, I'm loving your vibe, always have your back. We like all the same tracks, listen all night in the sheets all black. Said I'm falling fast, don't remember life before.
Oh, let's hop on in. What is that? Get that off the screen. Sorry about that. Look, there was an update, and they put a new T-shirt on the front page, so that's why I used it in the thumbnail. Welcome in, Tina. Thank you, Mozzie and Zeno, for stopping by. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Yay, Tina won. Okay, so let's hop in and take a look at what we have to do. We have 20 locked in. Let's take a look. Does everything sound okay? Look okay? Whatever. Thank you. Let's take a look at what we've got. Okay, let's scroll out. So we're working on all this stuff down here. We think that these are right. We're not sure about her, Sonia Alves. I don't think she's a CEO. I think she's that media thing. This one. I'm going to leave it there and see if that helps. We know he's right. We just didn't put his picture in before things locked down. And then we only have these guys to work on. And then whatever this is. So, it all starts with Bess. So if we go into here, Bess, Miami Print Museum and the library, and it was north of Miami. I don't know. We're going... Why am I disconnected? Maybe because of the update. Okay, so we're going to spider search her, and then we're going to periodical search her and see what we come up with. It's probably just going to be the same stuff. She was an author. Died tragically in a hurricane in 26. She lived outside of Miami. She wrote a book that is propaganda about Elias. Re-released. Okay. Hurricane statistics. And this is where we got the library thing. All of our stuff that we had highlighted is gone. So that's interesting. Now we already have the library, so I'm just going to go into a search on it. All of our stuff is gone. Nothing's highlighted anymore. I know that's where we got this. Yeah, I know that's where we got it, but that's all right. Let's, this is what we got from this page. Okay. And we got this newspaper, I believe. I think we got this newspaper. So I'm just retracing to see if it comes up with anything else. Miami Sunday became the Miami Mercury Sunday. Outcome of merging two smaller failing papers. Okay. So it's this. Hi, Looney. Ooh. Looney, I came across something and I couldn't help it. And I haven't done it for everybody yet, but you do have a redeemable. I mean, you made me one, so I made you one. So, I think it's Looney. I think it's Redeem Looney. How are you doing? Did you get any sleep? Yeah. Yeah, really. Okay, so if the Miami Sunday merged with Miami into Miami Mercury Sunday, do we think that this is a thing? Just this part? It merged with the Miami Sunday. At least partially archived and available in your periodical search. It didn't tell me that. Okay. Yeah, here it is. Redeems are not showing up. Okay, bear with me 1 second. Let's see. If I'm logged out of Streamlabs. We're going to turn off CloudBot. And we're going to turn it back on. Okay. And let's see. Store. Redeemables are not showing up. Alright, well, they're all turned on. I don't know. It just drives me nuts anymore. It really drives me nuts, this whole Streamlabs thing. No, it's try that one. I'm not sure. Give me a second. I'm sorry, I'm stopped right in the middle of this. Bear with me. Let me see what I called it. Store. Let's see. Lunnis. Oh, maybe. It's yeah, try that one. Let's see if it comes up. I didn't change anything, so everything should still be the same as last time. Ugh. Let me go look. There. Next. Shows alert. Yep, it wasn't checked. Oh, man. Okay, let's see. Bear with me a second. That one's good. All right, you might get it now. Yep. Let's see. Did you see it? I didn't see or hear it. So, all right, we'll move on. I'll try it again. I'll take a look at it again later. Maybe it just has to wake up. I don't know. Okay, so what are we looking up? We're looking up Bess. There we go. Had an article about Bess. Sorry, I don't know why it's not working. I quit. Hey, Mr. Marauder. No, everybody should be able to do it. I don't know. An article about the Bess Williams section in the Bocadoral Library when it was being built in 1928. It mentions that Bess's young son oh, here we go. Okay. Was in attendance during the dedication. Okay. Also had a later mention from 1949, the last year the paper existed, about a bidding war for a planned expansion of the library in 1950. The bidding was won by Wildcat Construction and included a new statue. Okay. And a second room that would double its shelf count. Okay. So her son would be, yeah, I bet. I bet this is it. It's listed in some historical records as having worked on many buildings in the Miami, Florida area. Seems to have ceased operations in the 60s. Frank Wildcat Williams. Do we think that's him? I'm sorry, Looney. I'll give you all your money back. I don't know why it's not working. Wildcat Construction was mentioned once in a library you've already seen about the expansion of the library. It also mentioned earlier in 1947 under the headline Constructing a Better World. Okay, in 1947. Frank Wildcat Williams left Florida in 1941, a construction worker, and returned a hero. He won the Navy Cross for his bravery and sacrifice. Having carried a fellow soldier to safety under heavy Nazi fire. Okay, now he and his wife Ophelia are carrying his fellow soldiers through rough times at home. I don't know why it's not working. Hi, Christy. Big hugs. Thank you. I'm sorry. I don't know, Looney. Wildcat Construction is Frank's company. Okay. Focused on creating opportunities for soldiers finding difficult to get back to normal, Ophelia has handled outreach to the wives of local veterans. Okay, so she works for them too. Who are often able to provide insight into their husband's needs and conditions. She has, through such outreach, found 13 veterans of the war to serve as Frank's employees. That's cool. Community support has been unendingly and overwhelmingly positive. It has gotten to the point where if Frank bids on a project, other local companies have decided to step back and let his soldiers handle it. That's cool. That's very cool. This has become a bit of a sore spot for local politicians and business owners, as the bids are often not as low as they expected. The problem for them is that essentially Frank has a selective monopoly, but any attempt to circumvent it has caused an uproar and accusations of being un-American. It's certain that will become what will become. It's uncertain what will become of Wildcat Construction, but at least for now, we're rooting for them. Okay, so this was a search for Wildcat Construction. So what if we search for this guy? Nothing. Frank Williams. Nothing. What if we search him here? There we go. Does it? All right, this is something new because something printed. So Frank Wildcat Williams is listed on a few different military history websites. He was awarded a Navy Cross Medal in World War II, and the story goes that even after being struck in the arm with a bullet, he managed to carry a fellow soldier through enemy territory on his shoulders for over 2 miles. Wow. He died in 1996, age 74, in a retirement community in Sweetwater, Florida. Okay. An obituary on the website of a local news channel that was written by his surviving family also sheds light on some of his personal life. He grew up an orphan because his family died in a hurricane when he was young. Now we know that. His mom died in a hurricane. He could barely remember his mother and had no memory of his father. Well, yeah. After the war, he ran a construction company that mainly hired World War II vets, did a lot of jobs around the Miami area. He was a born joker and a shining light to those veterans who needed it most. An anecdote mentions that he used to insist he married his wife Ophelia as a matter of courtesy and convenience. She wouldn't have to change her last name. That's funny. So we know what her name is. It's her maiden name. A photo is attached of Frank in his youth juggling hammers in front of one of his construction sites, as he was often known to do. According to the article, he is survived by Ophelia as well as his daughters. There we go. Okay, Barb and Sharon. All right, let's drop them in. So this is Frank. Let's find Frank. So we got Frank Williams. He was construction. Yes. Nope. We don't have his picture yet. His wife's name was Ophelia. You can start typing it and it'll zoom to it, but with this, it's just easier to scroll through. Okay. Okay, well, what is this? Hang on. We've got his daughters. Barb and Sharon. But why is this one here? Oh. John Doe. I didn't put that there. That's already there. Hey, Lenora. Thank you, Tina. Thank you. So, Frank Williams Construction. Let's take a look at our picture. What do we got? Where is it? Here we go. This image was found in an obituary for Frank Wildcat Williams. He was juggling hammers on a construction site. That's the statue of his mom. That's Bess. Okay. Well, we've got a picture of him here. Ooh, baby. Oh, we're so close. Ah, yet so far. Why are we up to 32 now? Locked in possible infidelity 3. And we locked in Ophelia. So these were all right. So she was Sonia Alves. She was a media mogul. We got the twins. We got James locked in. And we got Frank locked in. Booyah! Um, so everything should be done. Yep, everything's done except figuring this mess out. So this is his first daughter, and she got married and split up. So what's this? Like the parents took her kid. Maybe she got hurt in an accident or something. Okay, so I mean, I guess what that tells me is that we need to look up the kids. Right? Am I going the right direction? I think. Does anybody have any different ideas? Oh, nope. I guess we're going the right direction. Okay, so let's start dropping this stuff in. She's a motivational speaker. She has a website. Company's address is Coconut Grove, Florida. Okay, let's take 2 seconds and take a look. Barb Williams advertises her career as a motivational speaker online. We know that already. This flyer includes 3 different testimonials from Greta Jones, from, hang on. That's like a news channel, right? Did I put it on the wrong page? Nope, it's good. And here's another newspaper. And Isabel Crosby, the superintendent of Benton County. Okay. But we still need to click on her. Her story will surprise you, uplift you, and energize you. Morning news. I can't click it from there. Intimate evening with a truly wonderful message. Book Barb for corporate. Oh, book her. Like, schedule it. She can customize her message for any audience. Okay, so I think that we've got name and motivational speaker. And then, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, maybe, once we lock them in. Okay, so let's, I don't know if she was the one that was married or not, so I have to wait. All right, let's search this. Okay, let's just search the TV station. Greta Jones is, according to a flyer in your possession, the morning news anchor for channel WQTV 12. Unfortunately, they have no online presence whatsoever. You do find it listed on a giant list of television call signs next to the city of Springfield under the heading Effingham County. You may need to do a deeper dive on a specific city and state to see if any locals have discussed news. This is where the crazy stuff comes in. I don't know why I did that. Springfield, Florida? No. Maybe it's this? What is it, Effingham? Florida? Is it Florida? Hang on. Yeah, it is Florida. Coconut Grove. Okay. Coconut Grove. So, news channel. Maybe? No. Lord. Maybe periodicals. This is where it gets me. Nothing. Alright, well, let's look up these people. Vic Elmsworth, according to his own personal page, is apparently one of three brothers. All three of them are contributors to a newspaper called the Kikiwa Gazette. Okay, he tends to focus on the more southeastern United States. All of the articles he's written are archived on this site, including the long-form version of the review for Barb Williams' motivational show for 1997. Okay. According to Victor, he's seen Barb talk more than once. On this particular occasion, Barb's talk was at a very large church. You're okay. Absolutely, you're fine. Thank you very much. But you do what you need to do, okay? You know I'm there with you. Um, because she relieved a very large church, and it was clear that she was an expert at matching the presentation of her concepts for any particular crowd, because she received a standing ovation. Barb started with a story about loss, specifically the loss of a bicyclist who had been hit by a car. Oh, okay. Okay. I think that that's maybe her husband. She spoke about the death of any person as a darkness in their loved ones, a cold, empty void that begins to creep into a space where there was once light. Yep, because the light could never return exactly how it once was, she says the only option is to nurture new sources of light to help fight back the darkness. Yes. Wow. There's a quote if I ever heard one. Her conclusion was that finding the hidden meanings in tragedy is the most important thing we can do. She used multiple biblical comparisons and finished by looping back around to her initial story and how she personally began to come around to this ideology. The biker who died was her son-in-law. Okay. And the Lanes Across America charity, okay, hang on, was created to fill the newfound darkness her daughter experienced. Okay, let's put that all in. The charity was the light that began to fill the void, and she was doing everything she could to help nurture it. Okay, so I don't want to go into this yet. I want to do this because there's something that we need to be finding, and we're not getting it about Barb. But this makes sense. It was her daughter. So if we look at this, hang on, before I get into all that. So it's the one that had a child, so it's here. And her daughter lost a husband. Well, I mean, it could be this one. This could be Barb. Let's put it just temporarily. Let's just temporary. I don't think it's right. I think maybe she's here. Because the one that lost, although it could be here. You know, Barb, and then lost this one, so got remarried. But I don't know. All right, let's go back, because otherwise I'm going to go off in a different direction than I need to be going, like I keep doing. Ah! There is no Kikiwa Falls anywhere in the world that you can find. The closest thing to a Kikiwa appears to be in New Zealand. Instead, a man named Chris Elmsworth, was that the name of the guy that we were looking up? Vic Elmsworth. has invented a small town newspaper as a conceptual art piece. So, okay. So his name's not Vic, it's Chris Elmsworth. Is a series of online articles about small restaurants, shows, and other tourist attractions all across the United States. Okay. What makes the Gazette a bit strange is that amongst the articles detailing real locations are occasional stories that present outlandish, inflammatory concepts in an extremely mundane ways. For example, on the homepage right now is an article entitled Mermaids Strike Back Against Lobster Farms. Using that very dry language details the idea that mermaids in Maine have begun to unionize in support of better benefits. There are no punchlines. The articles are not marked any differently than the rest. Unfortunately, each current issue of the paper is presented on the homepage. There are no archives of older issues. Okay, so it seems like there's just a bunch of stuff to get into here. This is the same thing. There's nothing there. And then I guess we'll search this. We might be taking this right back off the page that we highlighted it on. Okay, but do we have that Gazette in here? No. So maybe we need to search. Oh, that's how we got that, but we're not getting. No, nothing. Okay, this is all just BS. This gets us nowhere. Bicyclist that been hit by a car. The biker who died was her son-in-law, and this was made to help her daughter. So let's. There we go. Lanes across America. Okay, we're gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna keep this because I'm just not 100% sure yet. Yeah, we got something. Or LAA. Okay, is a charity focused on adding bike lanes to major cities. The pages and pages of news articles that mention lanes across America have a similar summary in them. LAA, or formerly LAM, was founded in 1987 after the death of Drew Smith. Okay, that's the son's name, the son-in-law's name. Drew was biking home from work when he was hit by a car. Each year since, Lanes Across America has grown, and they now have offices in over 12 major metropolitan areas, including Miami, where it began. So that's probably the M. It was probably Lanes Across Miami and turned into Lanes Across America, I would guess. The website has a picture of Drew. The photo has been added to your evidence. Okay. So there's Drew. Partial wedding photo from the website of a charity called Lanes Across America. The rest of the wedding party's cropped out. The charity was founded after the death of Drew Smith. Okay. I wonder why they told us that. Okay. So here. I think so. Drew. No. We have no Drew. Andrew. There we go. Smith. I was brain farting. Do we think? It's gotta be. It's gotta be here, right? Which, that's Barbara then. And she's a public speaker. Okay, so. Alright, back into our evidence. Let's move this over here so we can look at it while we're doing. What was the daughter's name? We got nothing. Let's Can we look up this? What if we look up this? In everything, we look up... Okay, what if we look up LA? Nope. Miami? What if we actually look the whole thing up? Nothing. Nothing. All right, so... Let's look this one up. Find no information to feel like they would be related to your search. Okay, let's do it here. Nothing. Nothing. Okay, let's try Greta Jones again. Nothing. And we'll try... Too common of a name. What if we tried searching that? Nope, nothing. We got to go back to this. This is going to be something. Next to the city, Springfield. And what does it tell us we need at the bottom? Specific city and state. Check for type or search for only one person or concept at a time. Yes. No, no, no. Tina, if you need to be there, then you go. Okay? This is not important. If you need to be there for that, please. You think just Springfield, Florida? No. Okay. Okay. Maybe here? No. Let's try it without. Come on. Nope. What if we try the call signals here? No. Greta Jones, Isabel Crosby, Vic Helmsworth, Coconut Grove. And then I'll try it again without the comma, just in case. Nope. I'm going to do this again. I want to bring that back up. If I tried it, did I try that yet? No. It's nothing. So Vic is in quotes. So he's actually, where did it say his actual name? Victor. Hang on. Many sites about a Victor Elmsworth, a race car driver who has had a fairly prominent racing season this year. As far as you know, there's no connection. So, all right. So, her daughter. So, her daughter has to be Sharon. Because that's the only person here, and that's the person that's married here. Yeah. Right? No, it's not going to come up. Company's address is listed as Coconut Grove, Florida. Lanes across America. Chris Elmsworth. Nothing. It should be something. Trying everything over again, 'cause I'm missing something. Same thing. Alright, let's do this again. Drew Smith. There's no mention of his wife. Come on, I'm grabbing it. There we go. I don't know. I don't know what I'm missing. There we go. Searching for lanes across Miami does narrow down the pages and pages of articles you found earlier to only those with a more in-depth story about the charity. Thank God. You find some additional information. Okay, was formed. Okay. Was formed by Sharon Smith after the death of her husband. Sharon and some other board members stepped down in 1992 as the current leadership took over. One of the oldest articles has a full uncropped version of the same wedding photo from the... Okay, that's what we needed. After Sharon left Lamb, they began to crop her and the rest of the wedding party out of the photo to fully focus on Drew, who is the face of the charity. The full photo has been added to your inventory. Okay, so her name was Sharon Smith. So let's drop that in before I forget. Oh my lord. Sharon Smith. And she ran a charity. Hang on. She was a board member. Do we have... What would that be if you ran a thing like that? A CEO, if she was the purse one? Thank you. I appreciate you, Alaska Mom. Thank you. What would she be? She would be... I mean, she could be a president. Or just a CEO, because she started it, maybe? I don't know. I'm going to put CEO for now. and leave it there. Okay, now we did get a picture. All right, and we've got, so that's her. That's her husband who passed. That's the one that we got the photo of already. And I guess these are her kids from an old article about lanes across Miami. So let's do that again. The rest of her wedding party. Okay. Well, we could put her picture in. So we have two. Hang on. Evidence. So we have two more people here. Right? Okay, so we have two photos. And when we look here, we have two photos left. So somebody is the person that she married and had a child with. So it's got to be because they had a child. I'm going to assume that it's a male. But I don't know who he is. So, in the picture, best man, maybe? Sharon Smith after the death of her husband. I guess we should look up Andrew. Nothing there, but if we do it here, maybe? No. Miami? Nothing. Nothing. Okay. Wow. Wow. Where now? How are we going to find out the rest of these people's names? Sharon Smith. I mean, we tried her here. Of course. Nothing. I feel like the search all isn't searching all. I feel like I need to go look because I just don't. I feel like I'm missing stuff. Is that weird all of a sudden? We did this. What if we just do Drew here? Did we do that? Okay. It's just about him. Anybody got an idea? I don't know. Nope. How do we get more information about him? An old article about lanes across Miami. Sharon left. Oh, gosh. Ideas? Guess not. We still are getting nothing. Keep trying the same things over and over again, expecting to get a different answer is the definition of insanity. So yeah, that's a waste. All this is a waste. But none of those searches for the Smiths are showing up here. Do you see that? They should be here and they're not. We're not getting anywhere. Like that Drew Smith I searched for, so here we have him, but it's not here. See? It's not here. Uh-uh. Okay, I don't know. So she had kids with him. How are we going to find them? Just look up Sharon Smith again. Nothing. What if we look up her maiden name, which would have been Williams? Nothing. You okay? Okay. Nope, we don't get anything on her that way either. One crap wedding photo. I mean, I guess the other female is going to default go here. But that doesn't seem right. It could go there once that's verified, right? Yeah. So who is this guy? And what are the names of her kids? We have... I think this is going to be Barbara. So there's more we can get out of this. Sharon Smith, and I don't know how to get it. I got to go back through everything again. Okay. Benton County. Superintendent of Benton County. There's a Benton County in 9 different states in the U.S. There hasn't been a Benton County in Florida since 1850, so you're not sure which one Isabel Crosby comes from. Searching for Isabel Crosby doesn't lead to anything that seems to fit what you're looking for. Interesting. There's no Benton County in Florida. Okay. I think I found something. I think I found something. Nope. Ah, we got it all. I didn't want it all. I just wanted... Okay, try that. Barb's. Let's try this again. Coconut Grove. Ah! I mean, that was close. Let's open this up again. Intimate evening with truly wonderful message. Superintendent, Benton County. So we still haven't found this TV channel. Greta Jones. No online web presence. Giant list of television call signs. Alright, let's try. Effingham County. We got one in Georgia and one in Illinois. Okay. There is a Springfield in Effingham County, Georgia. Okay, and what was the TV channel station's name? WQTV 12. Ah! Maybe just get rid of this. Georgia? No. Springfield? Springfield, Georgia? When you refine your search to television in and around Springfield, Georgia, you come across a website that lists different channels available there. The list seems to only feature broadcasts with female news anchors. Oh, this is it. The person who runs their website has ranked each using 3 categories. None are relevant to journalism. One of the entries is Channel 12. A news anchor listed is Greta Flores. There we go. There we go. We got in it. All right, so let's check on Greta. Who's Greta? Greta Flores is a news anchor who apparently used to go by Greta Jones before her divorce. Compared to the ordeal you've gone through simply to figure out her current name, it's way easier than you expect to find that she has a website for her accomplishments. She was apparently the MC for an all-female speaking tour in '77. The tour was called Storytellers of Sisterhood, the Mothers and Daughters of Earth. You do a search for it, and it seems that some of the stories were compiled into a book simply titled 25 Stories of Sisterhood by... And who's this? Oops, sorry. Alright, at least we're getting somewhere. Okay, same thing. Aya Hal, so is this her pen name? Don't know who she is. But I guess we could look up her... Oh, damn it. Come on. There we go. Too common of a name. Okay. So we'll look for this. It's the same page. And what's this? We can look up it as a book, but I want to spider search it first. Okay. So... Did we put it in there? We did. Let's look it up as a book. Author name is... And the book title is... Okay, let's try. Oh, thank you. Holy Hannah. This is an anthology of stories told on a few different storytellers' tours. It contains direct transcripts of the most received stories told on stage. Ella Hale is the editor, not the sole author. Okay, one of the stories by Barb Williams has been added to your evidence. Okay, so maybe we're going to get some information now. That was wacky crazy to get into. So I searched for the Springfield or the county or whatever and ended up into, it told me that there were an Effingham County in Georgia and Illinois. So I tried the first one and that was the answer. And then that led us to Effingham County, Georgia, Springfield, Georgia, to Greta Jones, who is also Greta Flores, and then this. So let's look at our evidence and see what we got. And we're going to open our book because I'm sure we're going to be dropping stuff in here. Barb Williams had the transcript of a story she told on stage published in a book. The first part of her story focuses on two 16-year-old girls. My sister, Sherry, was a brat, always sulking, often disobedient, never on time. She borrowed things without asking and even ran away from home only to sneak back the next day like nothing had changed. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She doesn't have a sister. So she's talking about her daughter who was raised by her parents. That's what she's talking about? Interesting, interesting, interesting. My daughter, Sharon. Oh, no. No, she's not. My daughter, Sharon. She doesn't have a sister. On the other hand, was a beautiful person. She had excellent marks in school. She was intensely artistic and creative and even volunteered at animal shelters. Okay. She continues to tell stories of the two girls until she shifts the narrative. What was the difference between Sherry the brat and Sharon the beauty? Is it nature or nurture, a better education, different opportunities? The answer is nothing. There was no difference because my sister and my daughter. Yep, so that's it. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. That's fantastic. Good, we've got that down. Barb reveals that her daughter was the result of an unexpected pregnancy when she was only 15. Same as my biological mom. She was 15 when she had me. I met a boy at a county fair. Unlike us, he lived in the nice part of town. We went to the good school. He went to the good school. To a teenage girl, felt like a fairy tale, but there were boxes all over his house. He was moving in 3 days. Those 3 days were heaven to me. The final night, he surprised me. He told me he could actually see me again. He planned to return to visit his grandparents. I thought I was giving him a reason to keep his promise. Wow. Okay. I never saw him again, and when I finally got desperate enough to ask around, a friend of a friend told me he hadn't even given me his real name. So that's why it says, that's why it's John Doe, because she doesn't know what his name is, or was. Okay. Barb also talks about when she found out she was pregnant. I was convinced my life was over, but my parents, they took charge. I had to live at home and work a part-time job, but they removed the burden of motherhood. I managed to scrape out a degree in English, and as far as my daughter was concerned, I was her much older sister. Barb uses this story to come to a conclusion. When I was younger, I thought my sister was the brat, and I wasn't wrong. But she ran away from home to work at that animal shelter. She borrowed my clothes for presentations at school. Her creativity allowed her to open up Sherry's hair. Okay. It took me far too long to realize the beauty was always there too. In fact, the brat and the beauty exist in all of us. It was my inner brat that kept me blind to the truth. And I'd like to say it's the beauty in me that's finally able to see what I was missing. I implore you to call upon the beauties in yourself whenever the brat tries to take hold. Okay. That's an awesome, awesome way of looking at everything, right? I just think it is. Good for her parents to help her out and let her do her stuff. Okay, there's a Sherry's Hair in Orlando. Okay, and the owner is a Sherry Yastremski. She has a large van. On weekends you can bring on weekends can bring, okay, the style of Brittany, Christina, or even Rachel to your door. Wow, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, or Rachel from Friends. That's gotta be what it is. The About Sherry section is very, very long and presented as one paragraph with multiple run-on sentences with no pictures. You get the sense that if she were to do your hair, she'd be doing a lot of talking. Great. It mentions that her husband, Pete, was her late husband's college roommate. There it is. She and he never spent any significant time together until she became a widow, and they built a charity together. They left the charity behind because it was growing beyond their ability to run it. Okay. She also brags about her kids, Tony, Mark, and Cricket. Her oldest, Tony, okay, seems to get the short end of the stick. His two listed accomplishments are that he's the oldest and he's a straight A student. Okay. Mark, on the other hand, has multiple baseball accomplishments listed. Apparently, his little league team is nationally recognized. Cricket York. York. Isn't that the model's last name that was dating Flavio? Flavio? Cricket is near the end and has an entire section dedicated to her. Is near the end? An entire section dedicated to her. She's an actress on a local television show. Okay. Called Library. Okay, and the reason Sherry relocated. Okay, so Cricket, the youngest. That's why Sherry moved from Miami to Orlando. Gotcha. Sherry, in addition to being hireable to come do your due, is a stylist for the show. Okay. Passage also mentioned that her agent recommended they change her last name to York since it was easier to pronounce. The rest of the section describes how she got the part, but it seems unimportant. Okay. So I think we have what we need now here. So this is Pete. Is his last name Pete Yastrzemski? I think that makes sense to me. So Peter, that's her married name because she's the owner of the business now, but her last name's still Smith, right? And then this is going to be Cricket. Is that her actual name? It is. Cricket Yastrzemski. And then these kids are Smiths, but that's Tony and then Mark. I'm going to think Anthony Smith. Because it doesn't show their hands being held by him, so he didn't adopt them. And then what's the other one? Mark with a C. Mark Smith. Okay. And then, did we get a picture? No, we didn't get a picture. I thought something. No. But, okay, that's fine. We don't need that. We can do, we got kids to search for. So let's try searching for them. Let's do this. All right, that's the same page, so we don't want that. I'm going to try searching for Pete. Even though we already have a picture of him. Okay, we get nothing. So, if we try doing Mark. Oh, whole name thing. Common name, yeah, we're not going to get much. On Cricket. Cricket York. If we search for her this way. There we go. Okay. We got this. It's a children's show filmed at a studio in Orlando. It's been on the air since 91. Multiple adults and children interact. Okay. Unlike some popular shows involving non-human performers, this one isn't funded by the public. Instead, it's paid for by donations from businesses related to education. This includes textbook manufacturers like tutoring companies. Okay, and we don't get names of publishers. From what you can find, it's syndicated in a few markets across the southern United States and in New Hampshire. For some reason, okay. Like most other children's entertainment, many of those that grew up with it tend to have fond memories. That works in your favor because the show has been documented by few fan sites. There's even a web ring, although it only has 3 entries. You click through the sites in the ring and you find Click It York joined the class and cast in 97 at the age of 5 and is still listed as current cast member. Picture of Cricket. Okay. Let's see. What did we get? All right, that's Cricket. Promotional shot of Cricket and the puppet Poof Tail. I got to. Nothing. Okay. When she was on a show, according to the site you found it on, the theme of this episode tackled why some people needed glasses. Aw. Okay, so we've got Cricket and an actor. Okay, we know that these guys are students because they're still kids. So I'm going to put them both as students. Tony. How are we going to get a picture of them? That's right. There was something to do with here, right? Mark. Nope. What's that last name that she's got there? There it is. Nothing. Okay. And her, maybe? Nothing. Oh, we don't have a newspaper for Orlando. We need a paper for Orlando, maybe? Hey, Q. How are you? I don't know what this is. Math Textbook Publishing Company. They were in the news last year, their 5th edition. Schools were complaining the two editions seem remarkably similar. They were charging almost double. The news program announced that between the two books, there were only 16 total changes. Most notable with the cover was changed from picture of water droplet. Nobody associated with core arithmetic seems to be related. Okay, so they wanted us to read all that for nothing. Tutoring company. This was the tutoring company. Oh, nice. The tutoring service. They have a deal with Library and feature some of the actors on the shows in their website. Thank gosh we got another thing. According to the site, they actually provide tutoring for all of the actors and actresses on the show to accommodate their shooting schedules. Included is Cricket York, who's seen in a photo labeled Cricket and her brothers, ready to learn from one of our talented tutors. That's what we got. We got their pictures. You don't find much else. Small subject of library fans are deeply unsettled by the company's logo, which would appear after the credits on each episode. One writes, I was terrified of the little girl in the logo. She looked like some kind of demon doll, and I'd race to the TV every day to switch the dial before her creepy laugh came on. Okay, so here's our photo. Cricket, Mark, and I can't remember what his name was, but we have it here. So we've got a secondary picture of Cricket that we won't be able to put in until we lock everything in. This is Anthony. This is Mark. This is not right, because that should have all locked in. So, what is she now? Just a hairdresser. I mean, not just, but she's a hairdresser, right? Hairdresser. What am I missing? What's not right? Anthony's oldest, then Mark. Are they maybe not K through 12 now? I mean, they definitely are. Can I look closer? Do we have perfect student? Oh, that says perfect student too. But he's the baseball. So that's definitely Mark. Um, brags about her kids, Tony, Mark, and Cricket. Tony gets the short end of the stick. Two accomplishments are that he's the oldest and he's a straight A student. Mark has multiple baseball accomplishments, nationally recognized Little League team. Maybe I need to search that show. What's the name of the show again? This one. And in New Hampshire. Um, what do I have wrong? Is this maybe his name's not Yastrzemski? Cricket. Let's see. Um, uh, Syndicated works in your favor because the show has been documented by a few fan sites. I just feel like this is, I don't know why, I feel like this isn't working. Orlando, Orlando, Orlando. Nothing. Sherry's hair is in Orlando. So what if we try... No. We're not getting it that way. Bridges on and one solar panel up. Nice. Moving right along. Jeez. Let's go back to looking for cricket again. Nothing. See, that's weird. That seems really weird to me that we're not getting her there if she's, you know, like a popular type person. TRZ. Nothing. Same thing. I don't know what I have missing here that I didn't do. This whole area is done. Hairdresser, public speaker. I mean, maybe one of my pictures is wrong. If I put that there instead, it doesn't make a difference. So these are both her. This one. The only other picture we have left is mom. So what if I put that there? Nope, it doesn't do it. Everything else is done. Everything else is filled in, and it won't. All right, so I have no idea. Is she a preacher? She's definitely a public speaker. That's what she does. That's 100% what she does. Motivational speaker. She advertises as a motivational speaker. Hang on. No, there's nothing there. It's just a public speaker. Oh, I don't know. Public speaker. That's the only thing we have that even remotely fits what she does. So she's a hairdresser. And they're all in the right spot. Is there actress instead of actor? I'm gonna, what if I put her as a student? Nope, that doesn't lock it in. She's acting 100%. She is... Okay. Everything okay? Oh, I love you. Be safe. Sorry, guys. Um, I don't know. I'm actually stuck right now. I don't know why they're not locking in. I don't know what spots are wrong. So this whole side is done. There's nothing blue. Nothing. All the stuff that's blue is just right here. So if we zoom in and take a look, we've got Barbara Williams. She never got married, but she had a child, and she became a public speaker. This is her child, who was also raised by her parents as a sister. Her name is Sharon Smith. But this might be what's wrong. She's Williams. That's it! Oh my god. Okay. Locked in possible infidelity 1. Oh my gosh. That's it. I just had to look at it closely and slowly and methodically. Booyah! Okay. Here we go.
Hi again. I know you probably thought you were done.
What? What?
But it turns out what you're doing here might have some pretty major repercussions on the family
Oh.
tree.
Okay, yeah.
Again. Also, there's something really strange happening. I can't explain it.
Okay.
Neither of us can.
Okay.
I'd call it a simple misunderstanding, but it's digging at the pit of my stomach. I just have a feeling. Clark?
Last week, let's just say being the president, sometimes people bring me things.
Okay.
Just skip to the important part.
Right. One of our janitors brought me some hair she'd found in Ruby Spratt's trash. It was Bonnie Hudson's.
Wait. Trash man found hair in the trash, in Ruby Spratt's trash. How did they know who the hair belonged to?
Bonnie is Guy's sister. She'd sent us her hair to test potential Roottrees, since her DNA is closest to Guy's.
Oh. Oh, I see.
But Ruby threw it out.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure why she would have done that. Especially right before we began testing the tree you provided.
Oh.
When I asked, she told me she thought the samples needed to be fresh every time they did a test.
It seems really odd. Ruby was the one who convinced us to do DNA testing in the first place. She seemed so knowledgeable. You've done more of a deep dive on these people than anybody else has. Clark will keep a closer eye on the DNA tests from now on. You have an eye for anomalies. We need you to find the smoking guns.
Okay.
If there's anyone you're 100% positive can't be a Roottree,
Or any you've got definitive evidence are Roottrees,
Okay.
then we might be able to catch Ruby in a lie.
Oh my god. What did we get? Okay, this is just the new information. Okay. According to Clark, Ruby Spratt, yep, doesn't sit right. They're hoping with your evidence and understanding of the family tree, you could verify which people in the dotted boxes are almost legitimately Roottrees, almost certainly legitimately Roottrees, very unlikely, and which of them are too ambiguous to make a decision one way or the other. Additionally, with the suspicion on Ruby Spratt, it's possible that some of her behaviors in the past have also been cast in doubt. A new section of your tree has been added to fill in. Are you kidding me? Game. Okay, well first, let's put these photos where they go. Okay, so they're in. So this is what they gave us now. Now's the time to review everything Be able to end your search and reveal the truth. You have 13 left to identify. Filling in this person is optional. Okay. Oh, I've got new stuff here. Okay, these kids. So we knew that this one was an adoption. And this one is the one that is a Roottrie. This one was adopted. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Give me 2 minutes. I need to go to the bathroom. Let me use the potty. I'll be right back. And I think that this is what we're gonna do. Yes, we're gonna do this. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Oh gosh, but we're back. So 13 people that we need to figure out. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh my God. They're sending us back up here. I had no idea. I thought we were going to. There they are. 11. Oh, that's why they were in the red twine. Oh my God. Okay. All right, let's do this. Okay. Oh, what is this? Smoking guns. Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. We know. I don't know why that's. Oh, he's one of the flavors. Flavio was the caviar kid. Okay, so. Oh my God. We're positive that he is one, right? I think think we are. I'm going to leave that as that, yes, he is. These girls are also. Do we have her, Melissa? Yes. She is also. Okay. I mean, we put them on our tree. We know that there was... Oh, we have something we didn't get on her. Do we need to have everything? Oh my god. Why is my stream so far behind? I don't know why it is. This whole IVF mess. Hanging with the hands. But there was this whole thing about the IVF, and somebody had to go run the China thing. And they would start their family then, right? Yeah. Huh. And then, what's this? So this page was her. This. Yeah. Okay, she's one. They got a payment. Okay. With Steve Garland and Christine, didn't he marry her because, oops, she was pregnant? Got all the evidence of this. Yeah. 1978. When did they close their restaurant? James and Robert, the older. I think the older one is, and the other one is not. Yeah, because he married her quick. Because she was pregnant. And then this is her. Christine Farrow became Christine Garland in 77. 78. Listing for his cooking classes. He was giving them so he could keep an eye on his son. And then in 91, they had their lawsuit. And then why would this be a part of the evidence? Gwyneth, Elias, that's all about Bess. Oh, bribed at least one politician to open a factory in Brazil. Trips overseas, weeks at a time, spending more time and money on unofficial business. Oh, here we go. According to Elizabeth, a daughter who Sam never met but worked as one of Guy's secretaries. This is Christine. According to Elizabeth, caterer from a local restaurant called Antonelli's met her daughter at one of Guy's parties. They eloped quickly due to a pregnancy. Elizabeth wasn't aware the party was for swingers. Rumor has it that her daughter showed up with Guy and didn't seem comfortable switching partners. Okay. So, this is the older one. I think the older one is the product of an affair, and I don't think this one is. I don't think so. I don't know. Okay, who else do we have? We've got these boys. Now, this one was adopted. Stuart and Mark. Mark is the basket baby, but Mary Beth to adopt Stuart. Her other son was adopted later according to a single line in one adoption site under unusual circumstances. Okay, so I remember this. This one is not a root tree, and this one is. Yes, I remember that. Okay, and then this guy is. Yes. Okay, I'm making quick snap decisions here, and it's just what I remember of everything. I have no idea what this is. 4 more left to identify. So this is one more affair that he had. Is this? I don't know. I don't know, but let's go this guy. Oh my gosh. Anonymom. Okay. You know, it's funny because in our book here, I'm going to get rid of some of these pages just because I need to clear out my brain. So nothing more about Bess is needed. We've filled all that out. It's done. I wonder if the stuff that we had about Australia is anything towards. Remember, it was like we called it a red herring, but the whole Robin Martin thing. Yeah, probable dead end. Not sure. We did way back in the beginning. We did Ruby Spratt. We did Anonymom. I think her stuff's here. Let's see. Ruby Spratt. I think we took everything out. The whole Clementine, the whole Crocodile Clementine. We're gonna get these. Yeah, there's Bat. This is the one that we know. We know that he is a root tree from the stuff that we did. We can get rid of. I want to get rid of all of this. I need a clean. All this. Val. I mean, that's all. It all comes back that if the dad, Crocodile, is the one, then all the rest of this all just fits. It's fine. It's all locked in. And we knew about Stuart and Mark, so we don't need any of this. This is all locked in. This is the Garland stuff, and we've got all that locked in. And I'm pretty sure that one is her, first pregnancy was the one that was, the swinger situation. We know that Bess, or the one with the school for the deaf, not Bess, it was, damn it, what's her name? Ford, the Ford stuff. We know that that's all okay. We've got all that. Her husband was a cop. Okay. So we don't have anything there. What's here? This is the Cicely Sanchez. When Roottrees. Okay, hang on. This is okay. We're gonna keep that because we're gonna go and deal with all that now because Felix's stuff. Anonymom was the second high-profile case after Felix Fellows of a potential new Roottree being added to the Clemson Trust. Instead of claiming herself a Roottree, however, she claimed she slept with Guy Hudson and that her daughter was a Roottree. The accusation came during. Let's do Anonymom. Okay, we'll do this. Second after Felix. Her daughter, Jane Doe Roottree, was in News Time. Did we ever search that? No, we didn't. Let's try this. Come on, give me it. Thank you. That's the same thing. Okay. But somebody was interviewed in News Time, so let's do the periodical search. There we go. Okay. Oh my God, really? Anonymous woman appeared on the cover of News Time holding a picture of her daughter, Jane Doe Roottree. First and so something printed, so we know that that's who the blank spots are. Hang on. Unless it's just. Oh no. Oh, it's determined through DNA test that Anonymom's daughter was not a Roottree. This article, which did refer to her daughter as Jane Doe Roottree, did not coin the phrase Anonymom. Came before all that, right around the time of her first interview. This is a summary. Okay, let's get this open. Okay. An anonymous woman appeared on the cover of News Time shortly after 5Ps was confirmed to be a member of the Roottree family. In homage to the previous cover, she holds a photo of her daughter. Like 5Ps, she wished to remain anonymous, and both photos were obscured. The anonymous woman claimed to have had an affair with Guy Hudson while she was working as his secretary. She and another woman were hired at the same time during a transition period while many of the secretaries that had worked under Zach Morton were already gone. Okay. Hired at the same time during a transition period. Hang on. I gotta. So, okay. So, here. Yep. The transition period. They were both working here. So we have these on our thing already. Are we getting Beth Knox again? Office staff. Or is this Elizabeth? She's either Elizabeth or she's Knox. And that's going to be Anonymom. Okay. Okay, hang on. I got to get back to my evidence. Not you. This. And my book. Okay. Holy cow. That just took a turn. An homage to the previous owner. She holds up the photo. Anonymous. She had an affair. Worked. She and another woman were hired at the same time during a transition period. She says that she and the other woman were both underqualified, as neither had typewriter experience. According to the other staff members' interview, Guy had his own requirements for hiring women. Guy liked to throw lavish parties, and the longer he was president, the more excuses he found. The anonymous woman posits that these parties mostly seem to be an excuse to have after parties at Guy's home featuring much more alcohol and other substances. She claims she slept with him at one of these after parties. She confronted Guy when she found out she was pregnant. Guy didn't seem fazed. They came to an arrangement. He paid her a significant amount of hush money on a recurring basis under the table. She used it to move away and start a new life with her daughter. When Guy died, the money stopped coming. She assumed things had run their course. She went back to work at the department store and hoped that nobody would ever look too closely at how she paid for her house. She told everyone that her daughter's father walked out one day and never came back. She claimed that after seeing the fantastic article in News Time, excuse me, I'm wheezing, she realized that she wasn't the only one this happened to. While she never worked at the Roottree Company at the same time as Five Peas' mother, Joanna, their stories seemed similar, and she always knew Felix was telling the truth right away. The article presented no tangible evidence of the anonymous woman's time at Roottree, and all the payments were allegedly made in cash. However, using details she provided News Time, their reporters were able to reach out to the other woman hired at the same time, who also remained anonymous. They successfully fact-checked the timeline of both women and confirmed the existence of the infamous after-parties. Five Peas' case was strengthened, and this news story was subsequently published. Okay. Okay, so that's definitely telling us to refer back to this. So she worked there before Five Peas' mother. And Christina was hired too. So she definitely is going to be here. How do we find out who it is? Or Juliet McCullen? Nothing. Or Doris Mays? Nope. Should I be searching them somewhere else? So she was working in the office. Nothing. How am I going to track that down? The next year, did we have any payments going to one of those women? John Miller, Gwyneth Madsen, Beth Knox. Nope. Is there anything here? I know they're no longer employed. So she was good through the transition. So is this her? Ah, damn it. How are we going to know? Oh my God. This is her, though. This is going to be Anonymom. How do we find out who Anonymom is? I don't remember how you spell it. Flamin' Nora. Holy crap. A Y. What's this one? Not to appraise the details. Jane Joe Roottree was not a Roottree. I don't remember ever checking this. What's this? Back. Come on. There we go. Pickety's not afraid to expose. Okay. Worked as a manager at a department store in North Carolina. Her daughter's name was Courtney May. Okay. Okay. Pickety exposed personal details about the story of Anonymum under the headline. Let's do this. Okay. Courtney May. They also said that the woman that vouched for her famous cover story, they didn't identify news time, perhaps avoid being sued, is named Corrine S., and that she had filed from bankruptcy. The article speculates that Anonymum and Corrine were in on it together, and that even speculates they might have been lovers. Picotee is not a credible publication. Their information wasn't actionable. Few people seem to notice or care. Okay, so Courtney May, manager in a department store. Let's search again. Courtney May. Nothing. What am I looking for? Manager at a department store. Same thing. Courtney May. Maybe? No, nothing still. Jane Doe Roottree. What if we did Courtney May? We put her there. Ah, damn it. And we do... nothing. Okay. Oh, do we have any ideas? I don't really. All of your problems. Okay, that's music. Damn it. Come on. 17 magazines. Birth name with David Fellows. Stage name, Portland. Article about dedication ceremony called the Fountain of Youths. Apparently the unveiling of the fountain, the mayor of Portland made a speech. There were performances by local entertainers as well as ribbon cutting. Article calls out that all of the performers and speakers, with the exception of the mayor, were foster care alumni, and most of them grew up together as close friends. Includes poets, musicians, dancers. Dirty Davy was listed as one of the musicians. We never got this before. That's new, but... So, what if we... here... That's not it. What if we go... This is where does this talk about him? Doesn't really. Oh my god. Clues, clues, clues. Fountain of Youths. There's that there. Ruby Spratt. Her company, Ruby Legal Enterprises. They took over a lot of stuff. for the company. She got lots of articles about her. What's this? She was in high school in an article called Local Teen Making Change for Foster Care System. According to the article, Ruby Spratt grew up in the foster care system, was apparently the valedictorian of her school, and was a Girl Scout who earned her gold award. It required a project to help the community, and Ruby chose to raise money to build a fountain she called Foster Fountain. Okay, hang on. We don't have anything about them anymore, do we? 5 Ps? Yeah, this is it. Let me get this junk out of here, because I don't even know what it goes to. Regina Clementine. Yeah, we don't need that. Or that. Okay. Local teen. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why, but I don't have anything to do with. I don't know how to prove any of this. Fountain was a few small pedestals that stuck up high. I thought once we locked them in, we were good. Are slated to be donated to the foster care system. A coalition of local businesses are matching it. Okay, so lawsuit. Pulling their issue. Cause the issue to sell fast. Okay. Top of her class from the Mid-Eastern's Legal College. So was that same school again, too? Didn't go over well with predominantly middle to upper class audience. She gave a valedictorian speech, somewhat controversial at the time, as it was quite serious, with a heavy focus on wealth inequality. The editor of the Heralded, yeah, it's the same school, at the time said Ruby, unsatisfied by simple earning her place at Mideastern with a full scholarship, went on to earn a captive audience of her peers with a perfect GPA. It felt like the ideal occasion for a celebration of undoubtedly incredible individual. However, by the end of her speech, there were many in the audience that wished that neither of those events had transpired. Okay, so she's not very well liked. I don't know. Where's Foster Fountain? It's a fountain in a small park in Portland. All proceeds from the change go to the foster care system, a website for Portland's Parks and Recreation. The Fountain of Youths was originally conceived by Ruby Spratt, an alumni. Nope. Okay. God. The fountain is unique because it has special targets that visitors can aim their coins towards. If a coin lands on one of these targets, each of the sponsor businesses matches it. This isn't a huge amount of money from each business, but more than 100 businesses have agreed to participate, so each penny becomes $1. That's kind of cool. Okay, same thing. Well, that's cool. So wait a minute. So, I gotta see something. Oh, these are all going. Why did they go there? This is it right here. This is it. Oh no. Okay. Hang on. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Okay, there's something here. He grew up in the foster care system too, with Ruby. But how would we find? Am I right? Did they grow up together in that same system, and that's our thing? Is that our thing? How do we find that out? And why is Anonymom here? Um, we don't have any pictures, right? Yeah, no. We have no pictures. So Anonymom, and this would be Courtney May. I'm just going to put her in there so I don't forget what her name is. We have 4 left to identify. Him. But how do we find out? Oh my God. Ruby Spratt. I think that she's the issue here. Ruby Spratt. Let's start digging through her a little bit more. I don't know. Magazine owned by a major airline. She was the subject of one article from a recurring series about modern-day success stories. Excelled at school and earned a scholarship to study at Mid-Eastern University. Midway, yep, this is it again. Little Ivy, yeah, it's the same school that the other kids went to. Oh. She graduated top of her class and was hired as a lawyer by a prominent firm. This is going to be it. This is going to be it. Like, 'cause she went to school with other kids that were like Roottrees. She went to school with kids that had money. And somebody must have just rubbed her the wrong way or something. Help a local gas station chain in her hometown of Portland with the rollout of a promotion that had bet on the price of gas. I remember all of this. So how do we find out? Oh gosh, how are we going to figure this out? Yeah, no. I already did some research into the truth of these claims and was able to confirm that Joanna did work for the Roottree Company. We know that. That's why they got placed. Portland Telegraph. Foster Care Homeland Portland. And it was the same with 5P's info. This is the whole Portland thing. This is... And what's that? What's this? Courtney May. So where do we get this from? This article. Let's see. What else can we pull out of here? Is there something I'm missing? Story. Personal details. Anonymom worked as a manager at a department store in North Carolina. And her daughter's name was Courtney May. Okay. So, a cashier? I don't know. That works for me. For now. Oh, manager. Manager? Manager's not there. Well, she was a secretary. You know that. I don't know. Corrine S. Oh, here. Yeah. Should we search it? I don't know who it is. Oh, what are we doing here? Ah! What were we looking up? How do I lose it like that? Was it this? No. Oh, damn it. We were on Anonymom, right? Anonymom. Where is it? Is it up at the top now? Because we just looked at it? Oh, there it is. Okay. This isn't it. Where's that name? Oh my god. Corrine. Where is it? This one. There it is. Okay. Okay, let's see. They also said that the woman that vouched for her famous cover story, they didn't identify news time, perhaps to avoid being sued, is named Corrine S., and that she had filed for bankruptcy. Article speculates that Anonymom and Corrine were in it together and even speculates they might have been lovers. So Corrine S. News time. Okay, hang on. Nope. Anonymous woman. First and only mention of the phrase Anonymom came the week after they issued an apology for featuring her in the first place. Summary of the initial cover. I think so. I think so. I don't know. That's why I put Courtney May here. So we need a picture of Courtney and her, whoever she marries. And then this would be Anonymom. But how do we find out who Anonymom is? I don't know. I don't know. I think it's weird that everything's going here, though. Right? Like, why is it going underneath Felix? Why wouldn't it be going to something else? See? All the Ruby stuff went here. Stuff about her school. I don't know why they're... I don't know why they're together. Like, so were they scamming and they put Anonymom through first and then discredited her to give him credit? But she... Oh, wait a minute. She... Hang on. This. According to Clark, Ruby Spratt, the company's lawyer, was caught throwing away DNA samples from Bonnie Hudson. I know, we don't really need that. These were intended to be used to test potential root trees, new potential root trees. Something doesn't fit right. The two of them, you ask them for help. So, did she actually throw away Bonnie's sample? Like, is that actually what it was? So then who was sampled against? Oh my God. How do I find this stuff? Yeah, the company's lawyer was caught throwing away the DNA samples from Bonnie Hudson. So, to be a DNA match, you um, have to. So I'm guessing that because they were trying to track down Guy, relatives to Guy, they had to get the closest relative they could to him, which would be his sister. Um, but why would she be throwing that? Why would she have it? It would have been given to the DNA company, right? Which means that something wrong was given to the DNA company. So how do we? I have no idea. I feel totally brain dead right now. She thought that it had to be fresher. But she wouldn't even have it. That's my point. Is she wouldn't even have it because it would have been given to the DNA company. The height of Roottreemania began with a brief TV interview. She appeared in shadows with a disguised voice and promoted an article about herself in news time. In the TV interview and the article, she referred to her daughter as Jane Doe. The name Anonymom was not self-inflicted, it sprung up organically. The day after the Newstime article, Sam Madsen publicly supported Anonymom due to some parts of the story she found particularly credible. With the momentum from Sam's endorsement, Anonymom went on a media blitz. It backfired. As more details came out, people became skeptical due to the extreme similarity to Five Piece. Her accusation even included many of the same details as his mother's story. This included her job as a secretary and the time period. Okay. After fumbling the Five-Piece story so publicly, the Roottrees were more prepared to handle all clans of trust-related cases. Within a week, a DNA test proved that Anonymom's daughter could not be related to the Roottrees. This was announced at a joint press conference with lawyers representing both Anonymom and the Roottrees. Each party ensured their respective clients provided accurate samples. Huh. Immediately after the negative results were released, many of those who had already been skeptical felt vindicated. Others who had built up hope that history would repeat itself after Five Piece felt duped. Many people suspected the whole affair had been a hoax to gain fame and money. Many demanded that Anonymom be held accountable, and some people even began to attempt to track down her true identity. The Roottree Company felt pressure to put out a second statement to curb some of the backlash. Though it's scientifically proven that Jane Doe Roottrie is not a Roottree, this doesn't mean that her mother and Guy Hudson were not involved in an affair. She had every right to make her claim, as it has been verified that her stories about Guy Hudson were not exaggerations. Please leave their family alone. Many people claim this high-profile anticlimax and public backlash was the beginning of the end for Roottreemania. Okay, it was fun. They shared fascination. Others think that with any fraud, it ran its course naturally. Final notable event related to the release of 6 pieces, and things went back to normal. Jane Doe Roottrie has already been eliminated as a potential new Roottrie by the company's lawyers. Huh. Who are the ones verifying your work? Anonymom Affair does not appear on your updated tree. Does it? Does it? I don't know where to go for this. I don't know how to find her. I don't know how to find her. Except, going in through this way. Eli left. Okay, these are the secretaries. Beth. It's her. Is it not her? My God. We keep coming back to her no matter what we do. No, because she's too old. At that point. Elizabeth? Cravensworth. What if we search Beth? Alright, I'm getting a duck. Thanks to the Piketty article, you can now determine Anonymom's identity using the company records. We tried that. We're there. So I'm close. So she was there during the transition. Start of 78, she would be taking over. Retirement party in November. All right, let's see. It's not Christine. It's not Joanna. It's Beth. It's Beth Knox. It's Beth Knox. It's got to be Beth Knox, but it doesn't fit. Okay, let's keep going. Let's see. Beth Cravensworth. Beatrice Watts. All right, let's go through each name. I mean, I don't know if we're going to get anywhere doing that, but let's... Oh! Oh, look! Comes up in a few articles from local news stations in Pennsylvania. Some of the people attempting to track down Anonymom were harassing her. She recently had to take leave of absence because people showed up at the car dealership where she works. She is begging people to stop the accusations so she can get back to a normal life. In every article you find, the journalists involved have independently verified that she is not Anonymom. Bullshit. Okay, hang on. That's the same one. Beyond the Butler County limits. She was named in a national tabloid. People have come to her place of work. Is this the same thing? The article explains it's impossible for her to be Anonymom because her only child's still in middle school. Unless her son's gestation period was approximately 10 years, it doesn't appear like Corrine would have been involved in any of the potential affairs on your tree. Okay. So, but that's the girl. So this one. Or this one. Okay, hang on. Juliet McCullen. We're going to search them all. We're doing it. Because the duck said. All right, nothing there. Doris. Doris. You know what's weird about this game is, like, how would you ever know if, like, you had a glitch that something didn't show up or You just wouldn't. You would just be running around in circles. Like this. I keep thinking that it's a glitch when I don't get anything. Come on. Okay, we're not getting anything for those. Beatrice. Did we try Beatrice in both places? I can't remember. I think we did. Come on. Yeah, we get nothing. Okay, so we know it's here. I bet it's her. I bet. Car dealership. Oh yeah, yeah. She's begging more people to stop the accusations so she can get back to a normal life. Every article you find, the journalists involved have independently verified she's not a non-mom. Um, is it on his stuff now though? Yeah, so it doesn't have anything here. Oh, really? I don't remember. I mean, I know I watched like General Hospital for a few years in the background when I was doing whatever I was doing. But none of those shows really like super stand out to me, but maybe it's one of these people. That's the daughter. No, Susan Ford got a job there. And what gets me is that it said that she was here at the same time as Joanna Robertson. So I keep going back to this. I keep going back to Beth. But we don't have any different name for Beth unless there's something on the first page, and it would be Elizabeth Cravensworth as a maiden name. And then maybe she changed her name to Beth Knox, but they usually write that here. Yeah, see? Office staff, Elizabeth Cravensworth, and then there's Beth Knox and Joanna Robertson at the same time. I'm just not getting anything. I don't know. I'm gonna do another ducky. By combining the information from the Piketty article and the company records, you can piece together Jane Roottree's real name. But wouldn't I need her mother's name? Beth Knox, Joanna Robertson, Doris Mays, Beth Knox. These are already on our tree. Beth Knox. What would she have been prior? She was still Beth Knox. Juliet and Doris are still here. Let's see. Elizabeth Knox, yeah. I don't know. Is it just me? Am I being stupid or am I not? And how do I mean, I'm not going to internet search her and she's going to come up. Elizabeth. Uh-uh. And then even if we do it here, here. Elizabeth Knox. So if that was her, yeah, they both left. So do we have another Knox that starts? We have an Elizabeth Cravensworth, but it would be way too soon. These two finally left. Maureen Schwartz. Yeah. I don't know. Sam Cattrall. And this is all just a big hot mess. Terry O'Connor was hired. Office staff. All right. We still have Corinne Schwartz and Beatrice Watts. And they both left. Angela Ingram. That's a different name. And let's search it on the other thing just to be on our best standing with the game. I don't know. We did this name before, I think. Yeah, I think we did. Catherine Garrett was hired. Who is she? A nobody, I guess. Yep. Farm and manufacturing. Emily Barnes. Somebody got married. Emily Seinfeld. All right. Gwyneth Madsen. Susan Ford no longer works here. They spent a whole bunch of money. And then what's all this? Susan Ford no longer employed. Angela Ingram. Angela Ingram. Come on. All right. I'm going to need somebody to spell it out. So, you don't have a picture. You'll have to find more information. Maybe she has a presence on the internet. Who? Jane Doe Roottrie? We searched her. Courtney May Watts. Watts. Didn't we just look up Watts? Beatrice Watts. We did. Come on. Yeah, we got nothing. So let's do it. Courtney. Oh, come on. Courtney May. Ah, la la la. All right. Oh, two? Two pictures. All right. Okay. Courtney May has a simple website with black text on a white background and a few images. Oh my God. From the view counter, you can tell that you're one of only a few hundred people who has visited. She's not shy about claiming she is Jane Doe Roottrie. As proof, she posted an unobscured cover from the time she was featured on Newstime, as well as Wedding photo. Website seems to be created in defense of her mother, who has been the target of public scrutiny. Under the headline, The True Story of Jane Doe Roottrees, courtesy of Courtney May Newton, formerly Watts. All right. Everyone has everything wrong. My mom approached the Roottrees before 5Ps was ever on the cover of Newstime. Nobody at the Roottree Company took us seriously. They only listened to us after we appeared on TV and magazines. Okay. Site has a scanned letter from Ruby Legal Group to Courtney May's mother, Beatrice. In very polite legal terms, it seems to accuse her of exploiting their name and orders her to leave the Rootrees alone. It's dated from a few weeks before the 5Ps article appeared, and it seems legitimate. Courtney may also discuss her mother's magazine feature in more detail. Do you know how difficult it was to convince anyone to tell our story? My mom didn't want to show her face because everyone in the media we approached assumed she was lying because her story was just like 5Ps, but my mom's story was first. Ah. Wow. Mom was advised by Ryan and Cork to tell Newstime that seeing 5Ps on the cover was what inspired her to go public. Who the hell is Ryan and Cork? I'm guessing reporters. That's the only way Newstime would agree to it and help her get on TV, but it's not true. Our story was first. Courtney's defense continues. Much of it seems repetitive and useless. Towards the end of her page, she discusses the DNA test and defends her mother's character. My mom is amazing. She's the nicest woman in the world. She has diabetes and works at a department store, but still managed to help pay for my apartment in the big city so I could stay with my high school sweetheart. I got a degree in nursing, so I learned about DNA in college, and I'm beginning to think it's all a lie. Mom is 100% confident that there's no one else that could be the father. Either they did the test wrong or DNA is complete BS. She's not the liar. Okay. So her mother's name's Beatrice. Beatrice Watts. Okay, I thought we searched for that too. Did I spell it right? Probably not. Beatrice. Yeah, I got it. Nada. Nada. Okay, so let's go look at what we got here. But I do want to put this in real quick. Courtney May Watts and Beatrice Watts. Holy cow, this game. And yeah, last we knew she was a cashier, right? That's what the site said. Yeah, works at a department store. Okay, and that one's a nurse. Courtney May is a nurse. Okay, let's look at our evidence. What did we get? Holy cow. Alright, a wedding picture. Courtney May and Danny. Okay. And there's Anana Mom and Courtney. Oh my god, please, please, please. Courtney. We'll use her wedding picture. We'll put Anana Mom. We'll put the extra one here. And what was her husband's name? Hell. Oh, it said it on the picture, right? Here. Danny? Danny something. Danny Newton. Alright. Okay. Okay, we have one more clue to find for her. And what would that be? Maybe... Found it on Courtney May Watts' website. No, nothing. Oh yeah, she might be. She might just be retail. Oh yeah. Okay, so what is the weird connection here? Is it that this one... Oh my god, like my brain's just saying it's like this one came forward and went to the dirty lawyer that he grew up with. And they switched something because maybe she was. So they took the sample. They needed a sample that matched him. So they threw the sample away and used a different. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just like, I feel like my brain's blown. I feel like I'm missing something. There's a piece that I just really, really feel like something's not right. So there's no clues left on the evidence. Maybe it is just a series of, but with what they told us, do I have to find all these clues? Um, Under the headline, but where was this published? Yeah, it just doesn't even come up. This. This. Come on. Did we maybe not go too far into studying her? I think that he's not. I think that he's not. I think if these were the first ones that came to the law firm, I think that she is. That's what I'm doing. I know I don't have all the clues, and I think that this is a scam. Just because of the stuff that they're saying, like that they were first, and then all of a sudden he came out with the story. I mean, his mom worked there too, but I just feel I'm doing that. Okay. Why are we not done? 2 left to do. Oh my god. Now, okay. So if we go back to here, maybe it's not here. Maybe it's under Guy. Yes, here it is. So there was all these conspiracies that Ron Roottree is still in charge, that Gwen Roottree's death was faked, and that Clark is only there to throw people off. Allowed Ron to travel to France to develop their new candy recipe in secret. So let's look up, I guess, Gwen. We had pictures of her. Oh my god. Okay. So I'm just gonna write. Alright. Oh my god. Oh, Tina. So we have pictures of her pregnant with this one. In the last, I'm not gonna get into the weeds on this, I don't think. I don't think I'm gonna go super far. Let me just see if it pulls anything up real quick. I'm not doing all of this again. I'm just not doing it. Hey, Ricky. I'm just gonna do a cursory glance and see what would happen. Ron was dropped. Hundreds of results about this development. Most articles. So this is new. Ron has also done some interviews saying the truth of what went on behind the scenes is not something he wishes to discuss. Instead, he hopes to release a movie about it someday. 3 weeks ago, Ron's mother, Gwen, died in Paris, France. He and his brother, Robbie, have seemingly made amends. Okay, so let's look up. That's G-W-Y. Maybe if we spell it right. Well-known actress, Guys Like Us. She died in Paris about 3 weeks ago. After leaving Hollywood, she made no effort to stay in the limelight. Most obituaries tend to focus on her largest role. Not much is known about her death, except it was announced that she died peacefully in her sleep while being treated for a sudden, severe case of pneumonia. Before that, she had apparently been in relatively good health. According to her friends and family, she was 67. Okay, so we possibly could have more in here about her passing. Christmas mission. She didn't live in Butler County for long. Divorce in 58 from Bill Williams. The gossip is speculative and full of stereotypes. The fact that she announced her divorce, she also announced that she was pregnant again. Others mention that the rumor is Wild Bill had multiple affairs. There's also an interview from earlier. Power of a name is undeniable. My grandfather constantly... Yeah, we got this already. We're not going to go back to pulling all of that up. Bill and I have a child on the way, and we're sticking with Roottree for the last name, not Williams, but we also plan to lean into alliteration. Okay. And then this one. Okay, so that didn't get us anywhere with any new information. Alright. So this one, I would say, probably is, because they have pictures of her pregnant. Right, so why would they be questioning it? Like, she was visibly pregnant. We saw the pictures the first time through. I think he is. But maybe there's something funky up with this one. There's a lot of clues here. I am not going through everything again. I'm not. Let's see. Gwen divorced Bill just before she had her second. Neither of us ever took a second husband. Um, um, there's no added symbols. Oh, you mean like for the adoption? Yeah, there's not. But it doesn't, we know that he is. Unless he was the product of an affair too. You think? Oh my God, so maybe this one is. Alright, so... Alright, we got that. After finding some small screen success, Ron decided to start his own production company. We know all this. Pitch new shows to major television studios. Okay. Can we get anything? There we go. Oh, no, this isn't gonna be it. The Roottree Rift. We saw this before. Ron seemed way too eager and personally motivated. They were worried he would gut the Clancy Trust to remove Robbie Roottree. The family was notoriously unwilling to do anything that could risk their wealth. They stalled, and Ron became frustrated with the delay. When Six Piece came out, he saw his chance to force action while the family was in the limelight and released the press release to get the ball rolling. Caused chaos. According to Business Watch's source, Ron was impossible to deal with. It seemed like he was unwilling to protect the Clancy Trust. After that, the role solely passed to Clark. Okay. So, Ron was hell-bent to get Robbie out. Okay. This is just going to be the same little mention down here. Yeah. Released from the French prison after serving a few years for assault. His embezzlement and arrest were partially featured in Six Pieces, as Robbie's participation in the Clancy Trust was a key piece of evidence in Sam's favor. Wait a minute. Robbie, his embezzlement and arrest were partially featured in Six Pieces, Sam Madson's book, as Robbie's participation in the Clancy Trust was a key piece of evidence in Sam's favor. I have since become much more publicly infamous and have since become. So Robbie's the one that's not the kid? He has not yet returned to the United States, but when journalists reached out to him recently after the death of his mother, he had issued a blank statement. The death of my mother was hard on our family. My brother and I, after spending time together and caring for her and mourning, have finally made amends. It was a highly transformative few weeks when it came to our relationship. I'm in recovery from my addiction, and a major aspect of that process is that I wish to stay private. Okay. Maybe. Um, uh, la la la. For crying out loud. Arthur announced she was pregnant again. There's just nothing here. Maybe I really do need to bring up the stuff from before, but it's not coming up. That doesn't have an update. None of them have updates. This is all like old stuff. So maybe I just need to look up her movies again. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it is just not wanting a criminal. Gwen Roottrie, Leslie Florence, and Harrison Lane. Oh. Do you think? Information on a website about old films that are not yet available on VHS. Site's organized. The search is broken. His largest role before Guys Like Us was as a villain in the first season of Western Frontiers. Due to the popularity of Guys Like Us, the studio brought Lane back to play the villain's twin brother, this time as a hero. Let me just grab this up real quick. It's the same article. Harrison Lane married his high school sweetheart after they reunited at a movie premiere. Okay. Harrison is a dead end. Okay, so... she was in very few supporting roles. Generally thought of as quite good. She got second billing to Gwen. With the success and acclaim, she retired from Hollywood almost immediately. After her co-starring role, not much was known about her until recently, when Guys Like Us was released, right at the end of the tail end of Roottreemania. Recently, as a part of the myriad of articles and research people have done into those surrounding the Roottrees, it came out that she died of a genetic disease known as Huntington's in the late 1960s. 1960s. Hang on. Isn't that... Yeah, that's this generation. Okay. See, it's still telling me the page hasn't been updated. I think that something's busted here. So how could it be... Do you see? How could it be irrelevant if it's... There's nothing that's 8 months old, right? That's what I mean. Like, something broke with the update. Damn it. What a horrible way to die. Okay, so her friend died. So we searched him. He went to prison. think they're just trying to push him out? Or do you think that he's not? I think he is. I think he's just, just hasn't some sort of, he has an issue. Have we looked at his stuff? Missing a clue, missing 6 flippin' clues. Why is... Wow. Why is her stuff... I know why. She took in his kid. Gwen took in him. Gwen died of natural causes. So, wow. All right, let's, what's his wife's name again? Penelope Tessa Green. Part of the recent fundraiser at the Reno Country Club, the Laugh Lounge. Okay. There it is. That's it. So he is wow. Okay, wow. He collected money all this time. He's trying to push out his brother, and he's the one that's not. She wouldn't be doing research for Huntington's disease, and her name wouldn't show up on his stuff. I'm done. No, you're not a Rootree. You are not. You are not. And there's no reason to think that he's not. Right? Yes. 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 I think that he was raised... the age group, the 60s, his mom died in the 60s. It makes 100% sense that she was getting sick and she was dying, and she gave her friend, took him for her. That makes 100% sense to me. Everything's done. What do I do now? Is there somewhere to click like there was before? Yes, here. Are we ready? I believe that everything is done. All the spots are filled in. I think I'm right. I could be wrong. Okay. We're at another 3 hours into this. All right. These last two are optional. You can summon Sam and Clark whenever you wish. However, this will end your search and reveal the truth, so make sure you're ready. The big reveal. Finished Roottreemania. But first... Alright, what do we get? We did it. Oh, thank flippin' God. Booyah! I guess for the last time. Build the entire tree
Beatrice and
correctly.
Courtney May. Clark, can you swing another test against Bonnie's DNA?
This time I'll be sure to have them verify both samples in person.
Yeah, you should have done that in the beginning, douche.
Using the family tree you filled out, as well as DNA tests, we were able to uncover the truth behind all the inconsistencies. Clark's handling the business, but I've come to thank you and fill you in on everything.
Holy
we've learned.
Hannah.
Actually, that's an understatement. It's not every week you discover your family company is being sabotaged by someone they trusted. But that's the kind
Yeah.
of time we've been having. Like I said, buckle up.
Well, we
Maybe
just
grab
should have
some
just
popcorn.
sewed his
We'll start
zipper
with Guy
shut, and
Hudson.
all of this could have been avoided.
Guy had a frankly ridiculous number of potential children. What shocked me is how many graduated from potential to confirmed.
Yeah.
We can even prove he was aware of them. The smoking gun was how he used company money to pay off a lot of women.
Oh, I was right about that.
He hid it with a method inspired
Yeah.
by his idol, Elias.
The-
5-piece flavors.
The flavors,
The
yeah.
flavors he was paying
I just
to
did. I never matched
research
them up. We didn't have to
rose.
match them up.
He developed flavors based on the initials of the women he was paying,
There we go.
which was really stupid.
Oh, they did
considering
match
one of
up.
their names
I never
started
thought that. I
with
thought they
X.
would go with the kids, but yep, that's them all. That's all of them.
Let's
Okay.
start with Christine. Guy was paying her under the name Caviar, but there were some other clues. James was born 9 months after Zach's party. Christine was there with Guy, and when she got pregnant, she panicked. Steve stepped up. He even turned it into one of his recipe stories.
Oh.
Not all of Guy's affairs led to offspring. He may have slept with Robin Martin, but she didn't have children, so we'll never know.
Well, yeah. I mean, the only way you can verify is if they
Also,
spawn
not
something.
every child of Guy's affair partners were his. Robert Garland was born after his parents had already moved to Boston.
Okay. So does that mean I was right? Because I picked one and not the... Like, I don't know how you know if you're right.
Skipping Beatrice for now. Up next is Lang Xin-yu. When Guy showed up in China, she was into America. And Americans. Dare I say redheads, even?
Right. That was a big one. Like, what did they say, Robert Redford?
When she
I
got
think
pregnant,
she had a poster of him
father
on her
paid
wall.
key genes to fake IVF. They claimed her sister was unable to conceive.
Right.
But her sister and Jerry had their own son, Mark.
Okay, that was the... We thought they were initially twins.
Sonia Alves was soon after. Nia was married at a very young age to a much older husband.
Yeah. 15, right? Yeah.
She resented him. I don't blame her. They allegedly spent no time together in private.
Yeah, so how did she get pregnant
Guy
then,
was in
right?
Brazil during Christmas 1979.
Yep.
It's the only Christmas not in the records. Flavio was born 9 months later, and like the others, Guy started paying Sonia.
Wow.
Last was Susan Ford, hired to translate for Guy's overseas trips. It's easy to read into Guy's donation to her school, but there's no definitive proof there.
No, just the double payment
She
to
and
her.
Guy were witnessed together near the end of his life.
Oh.
Susan's husband was convinced he couldn't be the father of her daughters. Guy, though, paid double. The price
Of twins. Yep, right there. Okay.
So, what about 5 Ps? Felix Fellow's mother, Joanna, doesn't have a 5 pieces flavor.
Right.
On top of that, his story doesn't really add up.
And there's no F.
His mother already left the company by the time Guy became president, and his lyrics indicate he was born sometime around
I
1975.
missed that. That she left the company by the time Guy took over. She left before that, but 77. Yeah, right before.
Alone, that wouldn't
Okay.
necessarily prove it.
No, it
But
wouldn't.
there are some suspicious connections between Felix and the company's current lawyer, Ruby Spratt.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm going to say this. I think it was they were both foster kids in Portland, and it's something to do with her and Anonymom and she messed with stuff. She got rid of
They
the
both
real
grew up in Portland,
evidence or
in
something.
foster care.
Yeah,
and
that's
according to
right.
the local paper, they definitely knew one another.
How do you know that they knew one another? Oh, here. Because they performed at the fountain's unveiling thing. Okay, maybe.
Ruby was the one who approached the Roottrees to begin with. It was all a setup. Ruby and Felix saw my book's challenge to the Clancet Trust as an opportunity. His mother really had worked for Roottree, and Ruby was a respected lawyer. She exploited my family's greed, worked her way into control of the trust, and ensured Felix got a piece. But they made some mistakes along the way. If you look at the 2 DNA tests that Ruby handled, they were
I
both
never got
supposedly
those.
tested against Bonnie
Damn.
Hudson.
That would have helped. How would I have gotten that? The left and right sets numbers are essentially signatures that perfectly match DNA of the 2 people in question. It's listed as Jane Doe, but the Roottree company let them know it was from Bonnie Kellogg. So, if we had looked this up, which I don't know where we would have gotten that from, because we never got these. So,
But the 2
that makes
signatures that should
sense.
both represent Bonnie don't match. After Clark and I confronted her, Ruby lawyered up. Ironic, I know. We suspect Ruby had Donatico test Felix against his own mother's DNA. He had a hairbrush of hers. They sent the female sample in remotely.
Oh. Okay.
On the second test, Bonnie's sample was tested locally, but Courtney Mays was not.
Ryan and Cork, who were representing Anonymom, confirmed that the sample we never looked up Ryan and Cork. It was definitely Courtney May's hair.
Ruby's been throwing away samples.
Yep.
We think she
There
sent
you
her
go.
own hair instead of Courtney May's, but it could have been anyone's.
Yeah, true.
Ruby and Felix were in cahoots. As for why, they were both advocates of wealth redistribution. A noble effort, but once they controlled the family fortune, they became just as greedy as the worst members of my family. The money corrupted them. They were so eager to personally wield the wealth for their own cause that they sabotaged any other claims.
I guess that's right. I mean,
That finally brings us to Anonymom, a.k.a. Beatrice Watts. Her tales of guys' parties and payoffs were true. She even approached Ruby before 5Ps was on news time.
I like that it does this. That it gives you the synopsis of
Ruby
it.
used Beatrice's truths to make Felix's lies feel real, then ruined the DNA test so that Beatrice looked phony in the public court of opinion.
Right?
I feel worst for her in all of this.
Yeah.
While Ruby and Felix stole the show, there were some other potential new family members as well.
Lordy.
Miracle Roottree was less of an open and shut case.
Yeah.
That said, it's very likely he had a son with Mary Beth Clementine. Not Stewart. Mary Beth adopted him before she ever set foot in Butler County. That leaves Mark. The timeline fits. He showed up about 9 months after Mary Beth visited Miracle, and the basket baby story is a bit too convenient.
Yeah, you think?
If that's not enough on its own, He was also bailed out by the sister of Edith Roottree,
Roottree, yep.
Miracle Jr.'s wife, after she changed her name to win that silly contest.
Yep.
Our best guess is that Mark was told by his mother whose son he was, and used that fact to put some pressure on Miracle Jr. We have no real proof of that, but nothing else really makes sense for why they'd be connected in that way.
Right. Yep. There we go.
Elias's affair was the most ambiguous. Gwyneth was able to coerce Elias to do things he wouldn't have otherwise done, like pressure to include me in the family. My son even mentioned them arguing about someone named Beth.
Yeah, I just feel like this is not the most surprising one to me. It was the most obvious one, except for exactly what the name was and that kind of thing, but that he had an affair,
Combined with
yeah.
Gwyneth's lisp, it's possible the
Easy
name
to
was
know that
actually
one.
Bess. Unfortunately, all we know about Bess Williams is that she wrote his book and died not long after, leaving her only son an orphan.
Right. And he didn't do nothing to
The
step up.
timeline fits with Wildcat, but there's no record if
there
she
you
had
go.
any other relationship. Honestly, I wouldn't say we had enough evidence either way. I wouldn't be surprised if Elias cheated. Of course, I'm a bit biased. Regardless, we haven't gotten in touch with any of the Williams clan yet. That means we haven't been able to do a DNA test. As
So that
Clark
one should have
mentioned,
been the one.
from
There's
here
no
on
way
out,
to prove
all
it.
of our DNA tests will be in person for both parties.
Yeah, well, they always should have been.
Lastly, we have a bit of a curveball. Ron Roottree isn't related to us by blood. Gwyn was definitely pregnant, so it's likely Robbie is. When Ron and Robbie went to visit their mother at the end of her life, something changed. Additionally, there have been a few rumors circling around Ron. RR Productions canceled the Guys Like Us remake due to the director's illness.
Yeah, he's got Huntington's.
At the same time, Ron's wife Penelope began doing benefits for Huntington's disease, stating that she had become familiar with it.
Well, it's genetic, so you see that one lady, Gwen's friend, had it, and you see her name show up on his list. It's like, okay, well, that's why
Huntington's is the same
the
disease
research,
that Gwyn's former co-star
benefit.
Leslie Florence had.
Yeah.
It's passed from parent to child.
It can't
It
skip.
can't
That's
skip
right.
a generation. Because Gwyn and Wild Bill didn't have Huntington's, and Ron seems to, it's impossible Gwyn was his mother. I recently confirmed all this with Ron.
Yep.
At the end of her life, Gwyn told Ron the story. Leslie and Bill had an affair the same year Leslie learned she had Huntington's. Leslie got pregnant.
There it is. Leslie and Bill had an affair. So her friend and her husband had an affair. And in the same year, karma kicked her in the ass. She found out she had Huntington's. And they found out she was pregnant
Leslie
afterwards.
wasn't likely to survive to see her child grow up. And
Oh,
even
wow.
if she did, she didn't want to be a burden. She begged Gwyn and Wild Bill to adopt. Gwyn
There you
did.
go.
Mere weeks after she found out she was having her own son, she also took in Ron. Wild Bill was a problem. Unreliable and a serial
So nobody
adulterer.
asked if she had
Gwyn divorced him and
questions,
never
if she
saw
had...
him again.
Nobody had questions about her having children so close together.
Gwyn had already told
Interesting.
Starlet she was pregnant, so it
She took
never
the
really
baby
made
as a
waves
baby.
when people saw her with a child in Paris.
Yeah.
There was gossip during her divorce when she was discovered to be pregnant again. In actuality, it was the final months of her only pregnancy.
Right.
To lay low, she stayed in Paris long enough that even her own family never had reason to question the timeline. It's one heck of a story, and frankly, nobody could be expected to piece the timeline together. Not with what few mentions of Gwyn's past have survived. But the Huntingtons itself?
Yep.
That's proof.
Yes, it is. Boom.
Ron suing Robbie to remove him from the Clancet Trust was a huge moment in my story. and a major catalyst for this entire investigation. Finding out that it's been pretty much backwards this whole time has been a bit surreal. So that's where we're at. Looking over the information you sent us was invaluable. You got everything absolutely correct. Why did we even bother
Not
hiring a
everything.
team? You figured it all out solo. All this information, this entire story. It's a lot.
It was a
In
lot.
more ways than one. Some of it has the potential to destroy marriages and ruin relationships.
Yeah, well,
We're handling it all very, very carefully. But we couldn't have gotten here without you. And with that, I guess our tale has finally, truly come to an end. What a strange one it was. No words can express how grateful I am to you for untangling this mess. Honestly, I've had enough of my family's eccentricities and scandals for one lifetime. I imagine you have as well.
yeah. I have my own team. Thank you very
And
much.
if not,
Thank
well,
God.
there's always Elias's and Gwyneth's brothers and sisters.
Oh no, we're not going there. Woo! Holy shit. I absolutely. Robin Ward. Jeremy Johnson. There it is. We saw his name numerous times. The epic is done. I tell you what. Wow. I really, really, really enjoyed this. I mean, I know that there were some parts of it that were just, it's like dragging nails. And at the end of it, yes, I was very tired and just like, okay, done. Oh my gosh, but it was like there was no conflict with it. There was no, yes. Tina, yes, because it's just like, why? Why could I not get that to fit in? What was it that I was missing? And it was just little simple things. And obviously my brain works differently than other people's because I don't feel like I was missing things or anything, but took me forever compared to some people. But I really, really, really enjoyed this one. I'm going to say 100%. I fully recommend it to anybody that wants to play it. It's probably easier when you play it in a continuum than if you walk away from it and come back. And that's where I got really messed up because my brain wipes. But highly, 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 highly recommend. I'm really blown away by it. I'm sad that it's over. I hope that there's more to come from this developer and that something like this along this comes out because this is a 1 in a million game to me. Really, really, really enjoyed it. To the devs, to anybody that worked on this game, if you're ever watching this, you knocked it out of the park. I did drop a couple games into my inventory on Steam, my wish list that were referred to by this. We might be checking them out. Love to yous all. Thank you so much for watching. This is just... Playing this in a single episode sounds like way too much. Brain would catch on fire. Yeah, it very well could. Because there were times when, wow. It was a lot. I'm waiting to make sure that there's nothing else coming. I don't think so. Music's quieting down. Let's see what we got. Thanks, Pi. Just want to make sure that there's nothing else. Because you know me. I'll end the stream and then they'll say, oh, there's 75 more minutes left of gameplay. I think that's it. Thank you, Pi. Thank you for the sub, too. Not the sub, the membership. Thank you. All right. before. I know there's not really anybody left here. Not that Ricky, Tina, Pie, that you aren't anybody, but we're we're low on the contextual amount of people in chat. That's just how it is. I wanted to look and see if I could do raiding. So I'm going to take a look here and see how this works while we're still in here. Choose a specific video. Well, that don't work. What do we got? Upcoming? I don't know. It's not letting me go to somebody who is live. Oh, man. Alright, I don't know how to do that. I'll have to find out from somebody else. Yeah, it's not doing it. It's not letting me choose. It lets me open it, but it's just like customization. You go into customization, you go to redirect, and then it doesn't have a list. It doesn't have anything. It just has Mozzie with 7 Days to Die and Dinkum, but that's tomorrow, right? Mozzie's not playing Dinkum right now, is he? Mozzie tomorrow, right. So I have 12-hour stream of 7 Days to Die for Mozzie. I have Cans playing Schedule 1. That's it. Yeah, I got nothing. It's not showing me lives, people that are live. So I don't know how to do this. So I'm sorry. I'm not going to do a raid then. Thank you for staying and trying to go along with it. But we're going to end now. Yeah, figuring out. We'll get it. Thanks, guys. Love to you all. Have a great rest of your day. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.